Hello everybody, welcome back to another Palworld video. In this video, we're going to be, as you could guess, probably by the title of the video, I'm going to show you the different ways that I figured out how to get sulfur, best get sulfur. There's a couple different ways. Obviously, sulfur is something that you need a lot of, mostly for bullets. Surprise, surprise, you're going to eventually want bullets. You're going to eventually need bullets. So, the first real way you'll probably be able to get sulfur in like any meaningful amounts is by these things. What is this? This is a dungeon. On the map here, this is where this is, if you care. These are spawned all throughout the world. You can pick your favorites. You can make a base next to one if you want. Like we have... there's only two that I really used to farm, and that's because I just get bored of doing it. But basically, you go in the dungeon. You load in, and if you're lucky, well, not if you're lucky, but, I mean, there's always sulfur here. There's one node of sulfur right here. Every single time. So that's 40 sulfur. Every sulfur rock is 40. I have gone through many a dungeon, and I have not, at any point, seen multiple sulfur nodes in a dungeon. Maybe it can happen. I have never seen it, though. If you want coal, there is also coal nodes that spawn in these dungeons. If you want to search the rest of the dungeon for the coal nodes, that's where they are. Otherwise, you grab this sulfur node, you can head on out. It's all G. Because you're not going to be getting anything else out of that. The other dungeon that I usually farm when I was using, oh, right, I have to go to, actually, my fast travel node. Because you can't just fast travel in this game from the map. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. But the other dungeon that I usually farmed when I was farming dungeons for sulfur is the one right over here, the Rain Syndicate Tower, which is where you first fight Zoe and Grisbolt. This thing. The fast travel is right here. The dungeon is right here. There's also another dungeon very near here, but it doesn't necessarily always have the thing. See, nothing here. There's nothing here for us. There's the coal, though, instead of the sulfur. Sometimes this happens. The sulfur doesn't always spawn, it just usually spawns. Not much you can do. But this is the way you farm sulfur and coal very early on, in my opinion. It's just the easiest and most reliable. There are some node spawns on the open world, which is what we are going to go into next. Because the best way to actually get sulfur is not from farming dungeons, but from farming it in the open world. So, there's a couple different places you can farm it reasonably. One of the ways is the volcano, which is here. Another way is there's a couple nodes here in this ice area. I don't have ice armor currently on, but you can use a fire pal. So in my case, I just throw out my Jormuntide Ignis, and it will keep me heated up during the day. But there are a couple sulfur nodes around here that can spawn. Doesn't look like the sulfur node here is spawned, unless I'm just not seeing it. Maybe coal can spawn in its place. I don't know. But there is a sulfur node that can spawn very close to the fast travel. It might just be coal right now. I don't know how the spawns work exactly. There's another sulfur node, though. There's one right there. I think there also might be able to be a sulfur node around here to the right. I don't remember exactly, but it's been a while since I've farmed this. I usually just farm the volcano now that I'm able to. The volcano is a bit tricky to be able to farm, which is why I think it's one of the last areas you should really be looking for sulfur in. The ice area is pretty simple because you can just use a fire pal, and it's also not very hard to get up here. At least it wasn't for us because we based ourselves on the right side of the map instead of the left. But I mean, your mileage may vary, right? I'm just trying to show you guys the different places that I've found reasonable for farming sulfur. And then obviously you have eggs. There's an egg over there if you didn't see it. Eggs right there. You can go grab that if you want, but there's another sulfur node here. There's also going to be, I think there's 2 or 3 more sulfur nodes over this way. We can open our little chest for fun. I don't remember where this node is. I guess I could just get on my mount. Doesn't really matter if I'm freezing. Don't mind him. There he goes. He's starting to flap his wings. Good man. I think there's a sulfur node over here by this circle, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see if my memory serves me right. Yes, there's a sulfur node to our right and to our left. Let's get our fire pal back out. So overall, there can be like 4 or 5 sulfur nodes around here. They're not super tightly packed together, but they're close enough for it to be like, I think, reasonable to farm. Because this is like 4 or 5 dungeons worth of sulfur, right? And you have to kind of look at it like that. But let's get this last sulfur and we can head on out towards the next area, which will be our last area. I'll bring you guys there as soon as I get there, so one moment. So we're loading in here to Mount Obsidian. This is going to be the last realistic place you can farm sulfur, and I think this is obviously probably the best, but it's also the most dangerous for obvious reasons. Highly recommend you make some good thermal armor for heat. I have a cold accessory on right now, but you could also have a heat accessory. You could also use an ice pal, much in the similar way that I used a fire pal to keep my temperature up. But there is quite literally just sulfur everywhere. You can see a sulfur node in the lava there. You can see sulfur nodes littered out around here. But like I said, this is a very high level area and it can be very dangerous, especially not including just the lava and everything. Like the mons themselves are very dangerous, and the high level enemies that can spawn here, the Firewatch patrol guys. But if you're looking for sulfur and you're looking for sulfur quick, this is by far the best place. There's just no way around it. For better or for worse. But this is the end game in sulfur farming, in my opinion. Maybe there's better spots, I just haven't found it yet, and that's all this video is. It's trying to help people out. It's trying to help you guys out. There's some more sulfur over there, tons more sulfur here, sulfur there. Bunch of flambells. We love flambells, don't we? But I think I'll end the video off here. That's all this video was. The best places to find sulfur in varying stages of the game. Thank you guys so much for watching this Palworld video. I make variety gaming content, baby. Try to make helpful shit. Try to make entertaining stuff. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to all my YouTube members, as always. My Tier 2s, Blitzel, Remix My Life, I'm Nufu, Arizike, Jacob, and Clouded. And all my Tier 1s, it's Biscuits, Inder, Diz, and Arturus. You guys are the best. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!